How English borrowed from Latin. When Christianity was brought to Britain in the 1st century AD, Latin came along with it. Christianity was practiced in secret at first because it was threatening to the Romans because Christians would not worship state gods, lowering the Romans' chances of success. When Constantine made Christianity legal throughout the Roman Empire, a large portion of the Eastern Empire and Constantine himself converted to Christianity. Christianity then survived the later invasions from Britain. Augustine, a Christian philosopher, created an alliance between Christianity and the kingships in Britain. This made it so that the kings in Britain were Christian, and so that the Anglo-Saxons eventually adopted Christianity. Catholic monks also mainly wrote in Latin, but when they did write in English, they would use Latin words for words that didn't have an English equivalent. Seeing as these people were Christian, they would have read the Bible. The Bible at this time was written in Latin, and it was used by the Christians. Latin then became integrated into English, and it is estimated that about 30% of the words in English come from Latin. However, not all words that came into English from Latin were from the Bible. Another type of words that were incorporated into English from Latin were judicial words. These words and phrases consist of things like habeas corpus, which means you may have the body. A reason that these words came into the English language is that Rome conquered Britain. The Romans then Latinized the judicial system, and thus these phrases were incorporated into the English language. The Romans would set up army camps in Britain that became settlements. These settlements would then eventually become towns, and then cities. These cities copied the ways of the Romans, thus Latin had more influence, and Roman judicial phrases became used in the English judicial system, and a fair amount of the English judicial system is based off of the Romans. The English Renaissance also brought back the classic ancient Greek and Roman culture. Latin and Greek were considered the languages of scholars, and a large number of Latinish words were added to the English language as a result of people being influenced by scholars. Overall, English has borrowed quite a bit from Latin, especially from religious and judicial texts.